What does it mean to be Choctaw? Is it the color of your skin, your blood quantum, how you were raised? I don't think any one person can really answer that, because being Choctaw means something different to everyone.
There's Miss Melissa Sue and Michael Happy Folsom there.
Yeah, that's when we were skinny too.
Was it?
When I'm searching for answers to life's tough questions, I often seek counsel with one of our beloved elders. So I paid a visit to Sue Folsom.
Look at that beautiful beadwork in
Yeah.
the sash, and
She did that on a loom.
you in some traditional dress here.
Well, my mom made these for us. So it says 1970 Choctaw Princess.
Wow,
You didn't
Melissa
know?
Sue Williams. I didn't know I was sitting here with royalty. And
Nobody knows the name Melissa
did they not?
except HR.
Looking through Sue's family album, I was reminded of my own childhood memories growing up in southeastern Oklahoma. I was curious about the difference between Sue's traditional upbringing and those who didn't share that same cultural experience.
It's interesting. I had a cousin that came from California, and of course he's 132nd Choctaw. And the question that he had, he said, I'm really struggling. Am I Choctaw? And I was like, well, what makes you think you're not Choctaw? And he said, because, I'm only a 32nd. And he said, and I grew up in California, so I don't really know the traditional ways. I don't know the cultural ways.
If he's just 132nd Choctaw, but he's proud of that 132nd Choctaw, then that's okay. As long as you are proud of who you are and proud that you are Choctaw. Carrying it on from one generation to another, that keeps that moving, that keeps it alive.
Well, and I think, Sue, about us as Choctaws, we all kind of come from a fragmented, if you will, cultural past. Most people don't know about the Indian relocation program where our tribal members after World War II ended up taking jobs, being moved out to the West. Now people are starting to make the migration back. And so I keep saying it's kind of like these, it becomes full circle.
It's exciting to hear about the people coming home and reconnecting with their families. I think just by being near each other, we're able to strengthen our cultural bonds. I was curious to know how Sue's keeping the culture alive in her family.
How do you teach that to your kids and to your grandkids, that culture, to make sure that they continue the legacy?
Well, I'm very fortunate that my grandkids live close. Just the other night I was humming one of our songs. When he asked me, he said, "What are you humming?" And he's 7 years old, and I said, "Oh, it's a Choctaw hymn." He said, "Well, that really is pretty." He knew it wasn't something that he would hear us sing in English, some of the English hymns, but he knew it was different. So.
Well, I think you remind me again of I have a great niece, and she's the 8th Choctaw, blonde-headed, blue-eyed, and when my mom, she stayed with my mom all the time. When she was little bitty, she would listen to some of the hymns and things like that. And she used to ask her, I said, Abigail said, "So how much Choctaw are you?" She goes, "I'm full blood." I mean, but she meant it. And now, as blood quantum diminishes and citizenship becomes an issue, then I think people hopefully remembers that it is our traditional ways and practices that makes them Choctaw, that makes them proud.
Well, like your cousin,
Yes.
if he's proud that he's just, a little bit, but proud of that, his Choctaw blood, then that's okay. But as long as he, knows that he's Choctaw, he may say a little, or, learn a little bit about the language, or just read. And, that way that can make him more proud of what part of the Choctaw he is and what he knows about that part. and at least being vocal about it. Don't be ashamed anymore. And the identity that I can say, I am Choctaw, Choctaw Oki.
What does it mean to be Choctaw? It's such a personal question with so many answers. I think it's our self-determination, our own pride, and the care that we have for each other. I hope that you have found out what being Choctaw means to you.